Electrical hazards are a major cause of death and serious injury on construction sites. This presentation is intended to provide basic guidance to Hallmarc employees alongside, and in conjunction with the relevant acts, regulations, codes, and standards. A particularly relevant document for Hallmarc construction sites is the WorkSafe Industry Standard, Electrical Installation on Construction Sites. Please have a copy at hand on site. A link is contained in section 1.10.9 of the Project Management Plan. Alternately search the title at worksafe.vic.gov.au. Why electrical safety matters. Electricity is one of the leading causes of serious injury and fatalities in construction. Injuries include electric shock, burns, cardiac arrest, and falls caused by shock. Even low voltage can be fatal under certain conditions. Most incidents occur due to unsafe work practices or damaged equipment. Remember, electrical safety is both a legal obligation and a duty of care. Some common electrical hazards. Overhead power lines. This could be contact with cranes, ladders, or scaffolding. Underground services, such as striking live cables during excavation. Damaged leads and tools, for example, exposed wires or broken plugs. Temporary wiring. Poor setup or overloading of circuits. Wet conditions. Water, of course, increases the risk of electric shock. And portable equipment. Frequent movement increases wear and damage. Victorian regulations. As well as the WorkSafe Industry Standard, electrical installation on construction sites, the legislation below is relevant to electrical safety. The Occupational Health and Safety Act 2004, this requires employers to provide a safe workplace. Electrical Safety Regulations 2019, this covers safe installation and use of electrical equipment. Guidance from Energy Safe Victoria. And the relevant Australian standards for construction sites. Non-compliance can result in fines, prosecution, or site shutdowns. Risk control measures. The hierarchy of control is always relevant, but what might be some risk controls in an electrical environment? First, there's elimination. Remove the hazard, for example, de-energize power lines. Substitution might involve safer alternatives, like battery tools instead of mains. Engineering controls might include RCDs, insulation, or barriers. Administrative controls might take in safe work procedures, signage, and training. And as always, PPE is the last line of defense. Residual current devices, or RCDs, automatically shut off power if a fault is detected. They protect against electric shock and electrocution. They're mandatory on construction sites in Victoria. They must be regularly tested. And they must be used on temp boards, portable generators, site sheds, EWP with power outlets and any other equipment with power outlets. Safe work practices. Inspect electrical tools, leads, and equipment before use. Don't use equipment with visible damage or faults. Ensure all electrical work is carried out by licensed electricians. Keep leads off the ground where possible to prevent damage. Avoid overloading power boards and circuits. And follow lockout procedures when isolating equipment.
If you're an electrician or an electrical worker, never work live. Even if you're under pressure to get the job done, don't take the risk. Visit esv.vic.gov.au for more information. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Working near power lines. Always identify location of overhead and underground services before starting work. Maintain minimum approach distances as per regulations. Use a trained and ticketed spotter when operating plant near power lines. Install physical barriers or warning signage. And contact the electricity supplier to isolate or relocate lines if required. Electrical testing and tagging. All electrical equipment must be regularly inspected and tested. Tagging shows equipment is safe and indicates its last test date. Most commonly, all tools, equipment and appliances must be tagged 3 monthly, and RCDs monthly. Remove and tag out faulty equipment immediately. Only competent persons should perform testing and tagging. Emergency response. Don't touch a person still in contact with electricity. Isolate the power source immediately if safe to do so. Call emergency services on 000. Begin CPR if trained, and safe to do so. Use a defibrillator if available and necessary. And remember to report all incidents according to Hallmarc procedure. Now let's look at roles and responsibilities. Employers and site managers must provide safe systems of work and risk assessments, ensure equipment is maintained and tested, and must provide training, supervision, and PPE. Workers must follow safety procedures and instructions. They must use equipment correctly. They must report hazards, faults, and incidents immediately, and never perform electrical work unless licensed. Certificates of electrical safety. A certificate of electrical safety must be provided to Hallmarc for all temporary construction wiring and installations. This includes temporary switchboards, site shed connection, lighting, generator connection, and more. The electrical contractor can advise further. What's the go with temporary switchboards? All temporary switchboards must be installed by a licensed electrician. They must be tested and tagged at 1-month intervals, and the results recorded in a register. There needs to be a Hallmarc identification label on the cover. The certificate of electrical safety should be fixed to the inside cover. The temp board must be firmly secured, and have mechanical protection to cabling below 2 meters. Electrical register. Hallmarc must maintain a detailed and up-to-date electrical register for each project. Determine at the beginning of your project where and how the register will be kept, for example, in BuildPass, in a folder, or maybe in File Explorer. Some electrical contractors will prefer to take ownership of the register. This is fine so long as it meets Hallmarc criteria and remains entirely accessible by Hallmarc.